Hey ma, Valentina, kayo daw naman yung dito na.
Ay thaba masakyan lang ba ni? Kaya lagi ako na ako ba?
Ay ko yung Orange Club ki haushi mo to ba? Ado ki ticket na mo sa pigil ay ni.
Price po kayo na.
Ay yung thori ba guys eh? Sisi ne, sweep cars ne.
Yan pa sa'yo. Ay gisu ticket therapy mo do.
Oh, yani eh. Ticket siya ham dress lagi na ako mang khalo.
Oh, tang kaya do no.
15 ne bane, na tham bazar magta ne. Nung thil gi ne pu hum na bala ko.
Ado madong sula do tanging view.
Survey revenue may gitang tara mga adong gi bumper house. Nawin pong bazar da kung ahum nang naba mga buhay na lang.
Others Eye Clinic, a unit of Others Medicare Services, Porompat Jennings Main Gate, opposite Axis Bank. OPD timing 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday to Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Sunday. Facilities available: comprehensive eye care, cataract surgery, glaucoma clinic, oncology, oncology and aesthetic clinic, cornea and dry eye clinic, medical retina, optical store, OCT, perimetry, yak laser. Free OPD every Saturday. Please contact 600-910-8789.
Nahak pukning wakal gi ana balaybra drug addiction amadi mental disorder treatment gi damak adom karigi wari Manipur da ihan hanbo ina rehabilitation and child care center inkalakliba naha singita oiba experienced lerba doctors amadi clinical psychologists singna layingjari expert singna counseling piba 24/7 CCTV camera da monitor tawduna kupna senaba morning yoga
The top news headlines: more support pour in for war on drugs, cycle village chips to prohibit poppy plantation. Telepathy blast appears to be politically motivated, says Chief Minister N. Biren. Water level of rivers in state gradually subsides. Water Resource Department opens control room. And protest demonstration held at Khurai Telepathy against last night blast. Hello, a very good evening. You're watching the Mami TV English News in Focus with me, CHENGLEINGANBI KHAIDEM. The news in detail. After different tribal communities submitted declarations to Chief Minister Nongthongban Birin endorsing government's war on drugs, people of Kuki community of 50 villages of Cycle Assembly constituency have also extended their support to government war on drugs today. A declaration signed by chiefs of the 50 villages was submitted to Chief Minister in Birin after 4 resolutions, including putting immediate halt on poppy plantations in the constituency were adopted at a general public meeting of the village chiefs on May 12. Chief Minister Ian Birint has asserted that it is high time people of the valley also took up fight against drug management at local level. The government will provide necessary assistance in such initiative, the Chief Minister issued. President of Kuki Inpi Saikul Gamkai Saimang Lufu submitted the declarations containing 4 resolutions to Chief Minister Ian Birint at Chief Minister's Secretariat in presence of MLA of Saikul Assembly Constituency Kim Neo Hau Kip Hang Singh. Addressing media persons in this regard, Chief Minister Ian Birint expressed delight at 50 villages of Saikul constituency extending their support towards government's war on drugs and their stand against poppy plantation. He also assured that the government will provide possible assistance to the villages as proposed by the village chiefs. Steps will be initiated to make arrangement for alternate means of livelihood for villagers and to take up other cultivations instead of poppy. He also appealed to village people to extend their support to uproot drug problem from the state.
During the time of recruitment, I repeatedly spoken that during the time of recruitment, we have to be very careful. We have to see the antecedent of the very particular person who is going to be appointed mainly in the government uniform forces. But we did not examine properly in the earlier. When terminate, we were involved. Terminate jail sangani. Jail ibaki mayam na hangi ore NDPS ki anti-narcotic ki makada na kanungi Myanmar masama bail piram bodo koi ek no farga khahum thamre extendable up to 2 years.
Terming yesterday blast at Khaidem Liberty as extremely unfortunate, Chief Minister Ian Birint stated that the blast does not seem to be triggered by any form of dispute but appears to be politically motivated. He said this during the press conference held at Chief Minister's Secretariat in connections with the support extended by 50 villages of Saikul Assembly constituency to government's war on drugs today. Responding to media persons' query, Chief Minister Ian Birint expressed suspicions that the bomb must have been planted by some group of individuals to gain political mileage. There has been no dispute in the area. Besides, the blast was not powerful. It seems to have been planted by miscreants to activate conflict in the name of religion. The government has already launched investigations and befitting actions will be taken against those involved, the Chief Minister issued.
Taking blast in, near the temple, then it can create some atmosphere of this, like this, religious matter. So I think they will not succeed. Government will definitely book them, will arrest them, and we are tracking them down now. We have some clue also.
Water levels of rivers in the state, which almost rose to warning level due to incessant rains in the past 2 to 3 days, has gradually subsided. As part of safety measures, Water Resource Department has opened a flood control room. According to information received from Flood Control Room by Mami TV News, the water level of Imphal River was recorded at 785.750 mm at 8 a.m. this morning as per the report of the Water Resource Department. The level of Nambul River was recorded at 781.825 mm, Iril River at 785.750 mm, Lilong River at 780.200, Thobal River at 773.900 mm, while the water level of Nambul River was recorded at 773.400 mm. According to the officials, the water level of a river is announced as danger level when it reaches 795.900 mm and flood level when it rises to 796.900. Meanwhile, the officials of Water Resources Department have been put on alert. The department also informed that people can contact at 0385245150 or 2450195 in case of emergency. Besides, NPHC officers and engineers of Water Resources Department have been frequently monitoring the water level of major rivers in the state. Chief Minister Ian Birint has also directed officials of department concerned to take up immediate measures in Ithai barrage catchment area, which is prone to flood situations due to the incessant rains. Locals did sit in at Khurai Telepati today against the blast, injuring one person at the locality last night around 8:30. Non-locals who are residents of Telepati closed their shops at Pauna and Thangal markets, condemning the blast. Taking part in the protest demonstration, General Secretary of Vaishya Youth Club Sitaram Sahu said yesterday blast was not the first in Telepati area. Bomb blasts had repeatedly occurred in the area in the past. However, the reason behind such explosion and persons involved have not been found till date. Although the government has been urged repeatedly to look into the matter, the government remains silent and neglected the matter, stating that the frequent bomb blasts in the area does not seem to be because of personal rivalry with someone in the area. He urged the government to find out the truth behind the blast at the earliest.
Masi bomb blast khoi teli manungda yam toy na thokre kari maram gino kari gidam to kanana tauri bono sida politics sangra khoi se bhap men sum ta de sarkar da kayara appeal tawi sarkar na su hoi haira ga eng su kana to bono khot bono hek haiga amuk tumi leisangabi adi khoi se yam na charang na yam na pakhat ba mat hoi kari gino hanjan na si thoi se masi sarkar da yam na kanna ai request tawninge Masi yamna athuba matamda masi thigat piu adu khoi teli mayam gi thauna pibiu kari maram gino hanjan na somana bom pokhari se.
It may be mentioned that Subham Prasad, 27 years old, son of Nandakishore of Khurai Telepati, was injured in yesterday's blast near Telepati Mandir. He has been admitted to Janims. The blast damaged one Tata Joda and one Alto car parked nearby, and doors and windows of some of the nearby houses were also shattered. On hearing news of the blast, MLA of Wangkai Assembly constituency Thangzam Marun Kumar, ex-MLAs Okram Henry and Y. Irabert, ADGP Law and Order Clay Khongsai and other senior police officers arrived at the spot. A team also forensic science also rushed to the scene and conducted preliminary investigation. No one has claimed responsibility for the blast till the filing this report. Speaking to media persons, MLA T.H. Arun Kumar condemned the blast and maintained that triggering blasts in congested and residential areas, creating fear psychosis among the people, is a cowardly act. He also appealed to those concerned to not repeat such act in future. An awareness program on Indo-Myanmar border trade and ACIS policy in Asian countries was held at the auditorium of Library and Information Center, Kakching today. The awareness program was organized by Indo-Myanmar Border Traders Union Bapupara under the sponsorship of Directorate of Trade, Commerce and Industry, Government of Manipur. Caretaker, Chairperson of Kakching Municipal Council N. Sanjit Kumar, President of Senior Citizen Forum N. Nimai, graced the program as Chief Guest and President respectively, while President of Kakching Bazaar Business Welfare Association P. Chandrakeshwar, President of Indo-Myanmar Border Traders Union W. Nabachandra, and OSD of Exam Cell Commerce and Industry A. Sadananda were the guests of honor. President of Indo-Myanmar Border Traders Union W. Nabachandra spoke on importance of clearing income tax, holding trade license, how to obtain trade license, among others, as research person during the technical sessions of the program. Members of Kakching Bazaar Business Welfare Association Kakching took part in the program. A pipe band display was organized by 20 Assam Rifles at Khongjom War Memorial Complex in connections with Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, celebrating 75 years of India's independence. Personnel of Technopole Battalion gave a grand salute to Pauna Brazabasi at his memorial site at Khongjom Kheba Hill and also offered floral tribute. Later, they also distributed sweets to tourists and school students who came to Khongjom War Memorial Complex on excursion. As part of government's war on drugs, a team of narcotics and border affairs and arrested 2 women along with 1 kg of suspected heroin number 4 from Churachandpur yesterday. According to police sources, the team under the supervision of head of anti-narcotics task force arrested the persons along 80 soft gases containing suspected heroin number 4 powder during a surprise patrolling, frisking and checking near Jangnong Pai village, Tuibong along Imphal to Churachandpur road around 2:30 last afternoon. The arrested women have been identified as Rose Gangte, 28 years old, wife of late Kamladin Gangte of Tuibong village under Churachandpur police station, and Nemlai Lam Guite Elias Lalang, wife of O Jangmilen Guite of Bangnong village, Tuibong under Churachandpur police station. A case has been registered with NAB police station for further investigation. The student police cadet program was launched at Maha Union Higher Secondary School at Jaffo, Chandel, organized by Chandel District Police yesterday. Additional SP Chandel Loitongbam Sankarjit, SDPO Chandel ICL Thodrating, principal of Maha Union Higher Secondary School Y Surendro and staffs attended the launching program. A total of 38 students participated in the student police cadet program. Here we have a short commercial break. Please stay tuned for more update.
Nahak, pukning wakhalgi anaba laibra. Drug addiction amadi mental disorder treatment gidamak adom karigi wari. Manipurda ihan hanbo ina rehabilitation and child care center. Inkalakliba nahasingita oiba experienced leraba doctors amadi clinical psychologists singna layingjari. Expert singna counseling piba 24/7 CCTV camera da monitor tawduna kupna senaba morning yoga, healthy diets, weekly health checkup, intensive daily routine. Awaba kaya dagi ngakthoknaba leijare Yaipokpa Rehabilitation and Child Care Center, Kwakaithel Akham Likai. Adongi mathau tarabadi nakanda pijaribak contact number asida pau faubirau.
Moving on after the break. Rules on linking Aadhaar with the electoral rolls voter ID can be issued by the government soon, Chief Election Commissioner Sushil Chandra has said, adding that sharing Aadhaar details will be voluntary for voters, but those who do not doing so will have to give sufficient reasons. Chandra also said that the poll panel play a key role in intensifying the vaccination drive in the 5 states where assembly elections concluded in March this year to ensure that voters and those involved in elections duty were safe from the coronavirus. As of now, those turning 18 on or before January 1st can be registered as voters. Those who turn 18 on January 2nd or later have to wait for 1 year to register as a voter. But once the rules are issued, young people can get registered as voters on 4 different dates every year, he added. He also said that the second biggest reform is the linking of Aadhaar with electoral rolls to check duplicate entries to make the voter list pure, and it will make the electoral roll more robust. Congress Interim President Sonia Gandhi on Friday called for urgent changes in the organizations and emphasized that extraordinary situations can be faced only in extraordinary ways, as the party is facing an unprecedented situation. In an opening address at Chintam Sivri in Udaipur, Gandhi said the party has given them a lot and now it is time to pay off the debt. She also asked the delegates participating in the Chintan Sivri to express their opinions openly in the party, adding that only one message should go outside, that is, the message of strength and unity of the organizations. Further, she accused the BJP of creating an atmosphere of hatred and division in the country, while also targeting Prime Minister Narendra Modi over his silence on the required issues. She also said that the central government misuses investigative agencies to defend political opponents. India has banned wheat exports with immediate effect as part of its steps to control the spike in prices at home. Only export shipments for which letters of credit have been issued on or before yesterday notifications will be allowed, the government said. Besides, the government will allow exports on request from other countries. The notification issued by Directorate General of Foreign Trade The notification said that the government had taken the decision in order to manage the overall food security of the country and to support the needs of the neighboring and other vulnerable countries. The move to be banned wheat exports comes after huge crop loss due to a heat wave in March. The government is also under pressure to rein in inflation that surged to 7.79% in April. In a major development, 186 members from the ruling Mizo National Front and Bharatiya Janata Party joined the Congress Party during an induction program conducted by the Chakma District Congress Committee at Kamala Nagar, the headquarters of the CADC. The induction program, which was graced by Adhikanta, Secretary of MPCC, witnessed the joining of Hiranbije Chakma, advocate and his supporters from MNF, along with one elected village council member, one nominated VCM, and several other members from the BJP. In his speech, Adhikanta said that the ruling MNF government in CADC is unable to provide a stable administration for the people of CADC, and as so far, the chief executive member and executive committee has been changed 5 times within the 5-year tenure, which clearly showed their inability to run the CADC-run administration. Sri Lanka lifted a nationwide curfew for 12 hours today, further easing tight curbs as new Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe sought to form a government after clashes with anti-government groups killed 9 people. More than a month of predominantly peaceful protests against the government turned violent this week after supporters of former Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa attack and anti-government protests came in the commercial capital Colombo, burning tents and clashings with protesters. The government lifted the curfew from 6 a.m. today until 6 p.m. Hit hard by the pandemic, rising oil prices and tax cut by the populist government, Sri Lanka is in the throes of its worst economic crisis since independence from Great Britain in 1948. Now let's recap the headlines once again. More support pour in for war on drug cycle village shifts to prohibit poppy plantation. Telepathy blast appears to be politically motivated, says Chief Minister in Biden. Water level of rivers in state gradually subsides. Water Research Department opens control room. And protest demonstration held at Khurai Telepathy against last night blast. That's the end for today's News English Bulletin. Keep watching Mami TV News for more update.
Hema, Valentina, kay dora mo nyo dora.
Ay thaba ma sakin lerambane. Kay lagi ako'y dalako po.
Aikoy Orange Club ki haushi ma tawbada, adugi ticket na mo sa pigil ay ni.
Price po karino.
Ayun thori ba gari sa, sisine, swift cars ni.
Yan fazaye. Ay gisu ticket khara piramo do.
Oh, yani eh. Ticket siya ham dress lagi na ako ng khalo.
Oh, tang kaya do no.
15 May ne, na tham bazar mak ta ne. Nung thil gi ne pu hum na bala ko.
Ado madong su la tanging view.
Survey revenue may gitang tara mga adong gi bumper house. Nawin pong bazar da pung ahum nang naba mga hoy dala lang.
Others Eye Clinic, a unit of Others Medicare Services, Porompat Jennings Main Gate, opposite Axis Bank. OPD timing 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday to Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Sunday. Facilities available: comprehensive eye care, cataract surgery, glaucoma clinic, oncology, oncology and aesthetic clinic, cornea and dry eye clinic, medical retina, optical store, OCT, perimetry, yak laser. Free OPD every Saturday. Please contact 600-910-8789.